So here's LKP test, and you can see that these are yellow because I've got $700.99. Sales tax is a flat 80, but my sales tax in my distribution is 80.11. So I can try recalculating. There you go. It fixed it to 80. So now watch what happens when I go back into my post-AP invoices. So distributed amount does not match total amount. Okay, I had a count invalid of 7. If I collect again, my valid should go up. Yep, it went up to 8, and my invalid's down to 6. Okay, I can post the 8 that are valid, and it will do all these things, but these 6 will be left behind. Now, in the time card posting, you may have noticed that there was no post to month. So time cards can only post to the month that they belong in and the accounting period that they belong in, period. There is no way to put in time for February and say, I want this to post to March. It doesn't, we don't allow it. But in most other posting programs, journals, invoices, etc., we allow you to post to a month. So since my current accounting month is July, and I haven't run month end for July, apparently, it's going to default in the posting to July. I can enter a correcting invoice, or even find an, whatever I say that it's going to post to. If I wanted to post to September, okay, it warns me the records will need to be recollected. So I recollect, and now these records will be set up to post into September. Okay, so then when I go into projects or something like that and say, show me September records. Now, of course, if I sort by source date, it doesn't change the source date. But if I sort by accounting month, or if I select on accounting month, then for September, then I will get these ones in September. I think that's about it. So sometimes there are sequential postings where we post these AP invoices or that time card to the vehicle master, right? And so now sometimes that's it, we're done. But sometimes this vehicle master is going to be a reimbursable vehicle, right? And so then there may be another posting program that we run that picks up those costs, right? So then there's another posting program down here, post fleet billing and reimbursables. So sometimes you do have to think about sort of cascading posts or multi-level posting. The same thing happens if you enter materials on time cards, right? So if I go in here and enter materials on time cards, then let's see, if I enter shop materials, maybe we bought some, or we used some gas, okay, 12 gallons of gas. It's warning me that the quantity on hand will drop below 0. That's fine. Activity requires a project. Apparently I don't have good project numbers in here. All right, fine. So I'm going to use, maybe I'll try this and see if this will do the trick. Okay, so I'm entering materials on my time card. So then there's going to be a cascading posting, I can tell you. There might even be a 3-level posting, because I'm going to have to go into post time card materials, right? And when I go into post time card materials, you'll see what happens. So I close the other one, but so I say, well, I need to I entered a record in time card materials, so I need to make sure I post that. So I collect records. It found one valid record. Didn't like some of my records. What was so apparently I didn't. I had a bad cost center in there, but but if I were to post these materials, they would create issues, right? So when I see write audit trails, it's saying I'm going to post to road inventory issues, post to road materials inventory issues. Okay, so then that means that once I post those time card materials, they will show up here in road materials inventory issues. So I have lots and lots of clients who get confused about this, and they're entering their materials all year long into time card materials, and they're never posting them to the road material issues. And as far as CAM's concerned, you can post those every day or 10 times a day or once a week or whenever you want to into the road materials issues, which will then reduce your quantity on hand and such things. But even once it gets to the road materials issues, then it's going to mix in with other road materials issues that you may have had, and then you're going to need to run post material charges, right? So that's post material charges right there. Because now you've created a new document, which is a material issue. Okay, so there are some special posting programs and you can always try them. It never hurts to collect in a posting program, right? So, and you can always start them. They aren't going to do anything special right away. So, like, here's a batch job classification. This is for COLA increases. So if I run this, it's going to say, what's the effective date? What is the percentage increase? You want these, and you can select on job classes or ranges or union codes or whatever that will allow you to bump up all the job classes by 1% or whatever an MOU dictated. Direct charges, these really generally correspond to the source documents that you might enter: encumbrances, adjustments, AP invoices, journals. Create recurring invoices. Probably do a different video about that, but that's where we actually look up the recurring the invoices that are marked recurring and create the next ones. But these are all the batch processes. So anything you enter, if you have the AR module and you enter AR invoices, then you need to post AR invoices. And that's how you kind of finalize the AR invoice. You say, yes, I believe this is the best my data entry can get, and I'm going to lock that one in, and I'm going to push it out so it hits the client with an actual charge, et cetera, and it can start receiving payments and things like that. Now, some people delay their posting and some people wait a long time to post, and I really don't love that. I understand that you want to get to the end of a pay period to post time cards, and maybe you want to export or get confirmation from the auditor's office that an invoice was paid before you post it. I can understand all that, but sometimes people are waiting 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, and what that does is it really makes it hard for us to get clean data, and it also leaves those source documents wide open for manipulation later, which I don't enjoy. And the reason that they don't want to do that is because I guess they're afraid of locking in those documents. But what I say is we make it very easy for you to create correcting entries. And if there's a major problem where I've had people realize 9 months into the year that they hadn't updated their equipment rates, then we will help you back out postings and try to reset those equipment rates. But But under normal circumstances, if it's just, oh, this guy put a bad project on his time card, well, then it's very easy to make a correcting entry and post that and post that time card by itself, right? So now there are also things that feel like transactions, but they don't really get posted. So for instance, a repair order, right? So a repair order receives posting, of course, if you reference a repair order on your time card, or maybe you enter directly in the repair order, or maybe you reference a repair order on an invoice for body work or something like that, or you use a part. The repair order receives posting, but it never actually gets posted itself. The parts lines on the repair order can get posted, and the labor lines on a repair order can get posted if you are set up to enter that way. But the repair order itself never gets posted. And so what we have for certain tables like that is we have this locking mechanism where we can lock this repair order, and then nobody can update it. Even a super user cannot update that repair order. Let me lock it. Even a super user cannot update that repair order, and it says the repair order is locked. Okay, so now if I go in to an old repair order like this and try to type in it, it says this repair order is locked and cannot be modified, and I have to make a very clear decision to unlock this repair order, right, before I can. And it keeps, because we all have gotten in that thing where we try to find repair order 65 and we don't find the right one, and we immediately start typing on the wrong repair order, some old repair order. So it's nice to lock those down. You don't have to worry about that with time cards or with most of your source documents, because they all get posted, and so then they're locked down and it's not a problem. Another place where locking comes into play is, I believe, in inventory receipts, because inventory receipts are live. As far as updating the inventory, we have locking options there. So that you don't have to worry about old receipts being changed in the past. And then we also have padlock in the service request area, because again, the service request receives posting, but it's also a transaction that we don't want to mess with later on, and we may want to lock it down, even beyond managing it with our statuses. So, all right, I think that's all I've got on posting. Feel free to email me if you have any further questions, and good luck with your posting.